Hi there, my name is Nicolette Van Lieshout. I'm the Talent and Culture Manager here for the airport hotels. So that's at Ibis, Auckland Airport and the Novotel Auckland Airport. And it's exciting to share that we have the Pullman Auckland Airport opening. I also look after the hotels in Hamilton, Kirikiriroa, and it's been an amazing journey for the last 9 years with Accor. Talent and culture is something I've been in for the last probably 15 years. I enjoyed working with people, developing them, getting the best out of them, so that's where talent and culture was my path. There's great parts to it, and that's paying people, so we look after payroll. It's also the whole recruitment, so recruiting people into the business. And then we're looking at onboarding, so effective onboarding. We do the exciting parts of the benefits, so you know, the keeping people employed and having a point of difference. We look at development, so training and development, so understanding where you want to go. And then it's also the exit process. Every employee, when they're been with us each year, they are entitled to stay in the hotel for the night with another family member, and they get meals, $100 going towards the meals, dining in the restaurant, and then they have breakfast for two in the morning. So what we're doing there is we're getting our employees to understand what it's like for a guest, so the guest journey and what they get to enjoy. And it's a great perk, but it's also giving a little bit of feedback of how you felt and how the room was cleaned and everything that was done. And it's great, the feedback from the staff as well, because we were able to change things because they've taken the time to let us know. For some of our guests, it's home away from home. They actually spend more nights in a hotel on business than they actually do at home. So when they get here and we've already got their favourite coffee up in their room, or we've actually done things for them knowing they like robes or slippers or anything in particular. They like to go to the gym at 5 o'clock, we've already booked them in. They just feel a sense of belonging and they really love it. Because let's face it, hotels have got the same thing, every hotel. It's got a bed, it's got a shower, it's got a room service menu. So what you can add as a person can really make a difference to our guests.
Kia ora, my name is Nancy. I'm the executive chef here at Novotel Auckand Airport Hotel. I've currently been here for around 8.5 years. I'm looking at rosters, budgets, costs, menus, development, execution of those menus, and then just looking after our staff, who in return look after our guests. I'm not a chef that's travelled the world. I haven't gone and done a big OE overseas or anything like that. Born and bred in New Zealand. I've only worked in New Zealand, but I think through the people that I've met throughout my career, I feel like I've travelled. I feel like I've been to Germany, I've been to Thailand, I've been to Japan. I used to work in the city previous to coming back to South Auckland, and the reason I made that decision instead of staying in the big lights in the city was because I wanted to come back and give back to my community. I was raised in Otara, and then moved to Manurewa. Lived most of my adulthood in Manurewa, and so I wanted to give back to the community through what I love to do. I think over the years I've learnt that it was probably something that came natural to me in our culture, from Māori descent, whāngai to Samoan family. So it's very much food has been a part of our culture, always, from working on the marae to being at home, hosting functions. That's what really intrigued me into getting into it. Because when you're working in a hotel environment or a hotel restaurant, you have a theme, you have a concept and all that, but in a hotel environment you have more palates to appease, I guess, because when you're going to a standalone restaurant, people are going because they know it's Asian, or they know it's Italian, or they know it's French. Where here I've got to try and meet all those markets. I enjoy creating new dishes. I enjoy seeing the flavours that we put together. We've had some really good students coming through that have started out as a kitchen hand and then worked their way up into becoming a chef. And that's what I love. I love to see that. That gives me goosebumps knowing, you know, where these kids end up and knowing that they can have a career, especially as a chef, you can travel the world. You know, no matter what your background is, no matter where you're from or how hard you've had it or how good you have it, you know, you're in charge of your destiny, regardless of where you've come from, you know. If you want to travel the world, you set your mind to it, you know, you lay down the foundations, you work hard, you know, you don't come in and think that you're going to be the senior chef, you know, you just come in with an open mind, find out if it's you, find out if it's what you want to do. A lot of people come in and they just think, oh, I don't want to wash the dishes, I want to cook, I want to do all the fun stuff. You know, but it's just a part of you learning, because you've got to learn how to appreciate your kitchen hands. You know, it's you know, some people come in and think, oh, the kitchen hands are here and the chefs are here, and it's like, no. And our team, they know very well that that's not how we run our kitchen. Everybody's on one level. Without the kitchen hands, you can't do your job. Without the chefs, the kitchen hands can't do their job. So, you know, it's a cycle of just continuing. Everybody working together, you know, and that's why I say I don't say people work under me, I say people work with me. You know, the apprentices that I have work with me, not under me. But at the end of the day, if you've got a goal, you just set it and then just keep working towards it.
My name is Utufasili Seomanu. Everyone here calls me April because it's easy to pronounce. And my role at Novotel Auckland Airport is accounts receivable and the reservations supervisor. So for the accounts receivable side of things, I deal with finance, just mainly going through everything, statements, invoices from companies that we're dealing with. And also for reservations, I deal with group bookings, for example, tours, rugbies, as long as it's a group of people where we offer special rates for them. And also helping the front office.
First things first is action any emails, because that's where guests usually groups will email you to book them in. After doing that, if you receive a request, you send it to our revenue manager, which they decide what the quote is or what discounts they want to apply on that. And you go into the offer system. It's fun. And you go here and you create the booking, how many rooms that you want to hold for them. And after that, I do commissions for different agents that have booked with us. I work out the commission and I send them reports away. And finding out, it's mainly about the groups. So if they want a shuttle, you will have to get in contact with the right people, the right person. For example, for IBIS, we use the airport shuttle, they're part of that. So I just have to email the right person, they will give you a quote and give that to the client. So we're just making sure that they are happy with everything and that we're organised at the same time. Everything runs smoothly on the day of the arrival, and that the experience is amazing while they were here.
At the IBIS, because I was a duty manager there, I had the chance to meet some of the rugby teams, which is really nice. I get to speak to especially the leaders or the organizer, whoever that's dealing with that group. So we get to introduce ourselves and show them around the area, or well, the general manager usually does that side, but he also introduces the team to them, see if they have any questions, they can just come to us and we'll help. I was mainly raised in the island, which is in Samoa. I wanted to be somewhere like a lawyer or an accountant, because I come from a family who has a background of accounting side of things. I'd probably be the first of my family who's actually get the chance to be in tourism, but dealing with finance as well. I moved here in New Zealand, no idea what I was doing. I worked at the warehouse as a factory worker, which is really cool. I get to learn a lot of stuff during that time. And then made my way to the school of New Zealand School of Tourism, which is just down the road here. That's where I started learning things, and my interest peaked on tourism. So I took the certificate for tourism and flight attending. I also had an interest in flight attendant, so I said, oh, why not? I'll just see how I go and process along the way. I was into more of tourism side of things, how they manage, and they introduced me to different companies. I had a chance to work at both terminals, whereas I was a stewardess. I can work at the lounge, the VIP lounge, where we cater to buffets and all that. Really cool too. And then they introduced me to here, to Novotel Auckland Airport. So I did conference, start off with conference, then bistro to reception, and then reception to a night auditor, and then a night auditor to duty manager at IBIS. I went through a lot of challenges because I started from a lot of roles. For food and beverage and conference, that would be language barrier. There's so many accents to try, and it's just fine. Sometimes it's hard to understand different accents. And then how I deal with that is, so we have menus. If I take an order from someone and just smile and use the resources that you have, like the menu is right there. I just go, oh, okay, so you want the one that's the steak just below. And they will actually, engage and build that rapport with them without, offending them in no other way. I'm from a different country, so I love dealing with, engaging with kids, what their stories are. It's so fun knowing what they have been through and just talking about their travel, how they go journey along the way and they get here. So, yeah. And now I'm leading the operations side of things and slowly going into finance area. So I find my calling now.
My name is Sunita, and I work in TNC / Safety and Environment Officer. It's a dual role, and I look after the Novotel Auckland Airport and our sister hotel Ibis Budget Auckland Airport as well. I look after the well-being of staff and the overall health and safety kind of side of things. We have monthly meetings and where we talk about hazards or that can be prevented, any incidents that occur. We have an online tool which we use to report, and if something is new, we find out the risk control for that and we try and prevent any future occurrence. We look into that and just hazards around the hotel, things we can do to make it safer for the staff and the guest as well. One of the most important skill I would say is organizational skills. So I like to set myself reminders. I love taking notes. I do a lot of writing. I have like 3 notebooks by my desk and sticky pads just to remind myself what to do. So organizational skills is number 1. Accor also has they also support if you want to study externally. You just have to let them know what your goals are. Like for example me, I've done business and accounting, and my focus has always been HR. I've only covered some papers in there, but I haven't got a full qualification in HR, and that's something they're helping me with at the moment. So after my training, I am going to study part-time as well. So you have a lot of opportunities in terms of education. So if you just want to start somewhere, just get your foot in the door and Accor will help you. Quite a lot of weird requests, like it can be simple, it can be complicated. We try and make it work. Some people will just message you to decorate someone's room in a certain way where we might not have the facilities. And we get one of the staff to actually go out and we go to the warehouse across the road or something and we actually make it work for them. We try our best to meet their request and what their preferences are. We've also had like people who request they want 8 pillows in a queen bedroom. If that's something they're comfortable with, we try and make it work with departments. So very strange requests, but we try and make it work. I would say just start somewhere. If you don't know what you're doing, just take the first opportunity that comes your way, and then once you're in it and you see how things are operating, it's a whole different story behind the scenes of how things operate. And once you get yourself into something, you get the idea of what you want to do. Like I got myself into housekeeping and I saw how food and beverage was operating and I opted to do that. And then I saw while I was doing food and beverage, so I was so close to reception and I saw how they were operating and I was like, that's cool, I want to try that. And this is where it got me today.
Mackenzie. I am currently F&B attendant and yeah, I've been here for about, I think going on my 3rd year now. I actually went into psychology, but then my first job sort of pulled me into tourism and hospitality. Yeah. We practice on our shifts, which is good because they love coffee. So yeah, we do like maybe say 10 push out for them every day and it's good practice time for us, yeah. I guess once you make your first 2-day coffees for chef, you're good enough for service, you know, and then you just learn as you go with the senior staff beside you, yeah. So if you know how to work the machine, then you're straight into it, yeah. You get given the key to serve to our guests here, so yeah. The machine does a lot of the work. I guess it's just getting your milks right that's the difference with a good coffee. And making sure you don't burn the grains, I guess.
How would you know if you've burnt it?
If it takes too long to come out, that means the heat would have gotten to the coffee grains. And then, yeah, you just have bitter coffee through. So we'll just wait for like 5 seconds and it should come out. Yeah, that's good. Safe. That's your hazelnut latte.
And then your job is not only coffees as well, it's all beverages as well?
All beverages, yes. Cocktails, our wine service, so it's just grasping that knowledge behind that as well and knowing where our wines come from and all of that, yeah. Bartender, you do everything from coffees to cocktails, but it just gives you a wide variety of things you can actually expand onto. Yeah, and then they also encourage you add your own twist into things as well. So there's space to sort of be flexible with what you're doing. The company gives that opportunity one-on-one with a mixologist. They come in on site before we open and they give us a rundown of what the base is. But yeah, it's good. I guess a learning system here for us. I guess in time, you gain your confidence and then you mix around. It's just working on your speed. You get faster with everything and then you can start jazzing up your handwork and all of that. Yeah.
Have you seen those movies where they shake the cocktails and then they flip the bottles with their fingers? Can
Yes.
you do that?
Oh, I
Is that
wish.
realistic
What?
or
That's
is that just
my
reality?
aim. That's my aim.
My name is Rukshana. I'm the head housekeeper here. I joined IBIS in 2016 as a room attendant, and then I slowly moved up. So from a self-checker to a supervisor and to head housekeeper now. So when we had 100% occupancy, we had a manning of 25 members in our team. So on a daily basis, what we do, our job is to clean rooms. So when our guests check out, we go into the rooms, we clean those rooms, focus a lot on cleaning. So we sanitize everything that's being used by the guest. We make their beds, bunks, clean the bathrooms, vacuum the rooms, ensure that everything is cleaned according to our standard, where our guests come and check in and they feel comfortable and they feel safe staying with us. When we have new staff come in, we walk in pairs, we train them. After that, if we are busy, we do like 18 to 20 rooms per day. But to begin with, we start with 12 or 14 rooms for newcomers. But slowly, as we pick up, they do 20 to 22 rooms every day. So the first thing that we do when we come into the rooms is we strip the beds. So we take out all the dirty linen that's being used. We use duvets on all our beds in a mattress protector. So we leave them, we strip the rooms, we throw the linen away, and then we get new sheets. So we have a checklist that we follow, and then we train them for 3 weeks. So that's a paid training whereby the newcomer comes in and gets trained with one of our trainers. So during that 3 weeks, they get a checklist, and daily they have certain tasks to do, and they tick it off in the afternoon. So after 3 weeks, we see that all the training is completed. That's when they start doing their own rooms. So we train them how to make beds as well. We don't normally do it on the first week because that's the last thing that we want to concentrate on is making beds. To begin with, we start with little things like dusting, vacuuming, cleaning the bathrooms, room standards and all those. Beds, we keep it to the last, and as we go, at the end of the day, we give them 1 or 2 beds to begin with so that they can get used to it, and then after that they start making their own beds. Yeah. When we teach them beds, we show them step by step how they do it. So just like this, so the trainer would be demonstrating how the sheets are laid, how it's tucked, how the duvets are put, how the pillows are put. The trainee just stands there and observes for like in 1 or 2 rooms before they feel comfortable that they can do it on their own. And then after that, we just put 2 pillows on the beds and 3 towels. And that's pretty much it.
My name is Jermaine. At the moment, I am a self-checker. I started from room attendant, became a self-checker, and now I'm doing supervising on weekends or when my boss is not in during the week. So yep, doing rooms, that involves cleaning, stripping, doing the beds, bathrooms, clearing out all the rubbish, sanitizing everything, all the high touch points and any surface that's in the room. During the weekends when I am supervising, that involves taking care of the team pretty much, the girls that are on, getting their boards ready for sorting it out which rooms they're doing, yeah, organising our girls. A king bed, I can have it done in 2 minutes as long as it's stripped, and I normally always put my pillow slips on and have my towels ready to go, and so I'm just pretty much throwing and tucking the sheets in and pulling nice and tight, and it's good. If we are ever busy, our supervisors and our boss, Rakshana, she's always on top of it, so she'll know, yep, that person has however many rooms, that person has however many rooms. I'll be honing in on that person, helping them out. So I can get, say, 24 rooms done in a 6-hour shift, all on my own, without any assistance from anyone. Believe in yourself. So it was difficult for me when I started here. It is challenging, however, once you get over, say, that first week, once you get over it, the getting out of bed, coming to work, meeting new people, once you're over that, you're seriously smooth sailing from there. I'm very grateful for my bosses. They've managed to see the potential that I have. So they've seen that and they've managed to hone in on it and dig it out of me a lot more. I was very, very shy, but they managed to mold me into the person that I am today, into being in that supervisor role. It is like a big family here at IBIS. Everyone's always encouraging towards each other. That even if girls are just doing bathrooms, or whoever's just doing bathrooms, and we ask them, how many have you done so far within our first 2 hours of work? Any number that they've said, it's like, oh, that's amazing. You've done so well. You've done so well, keep it up. But yeah, the environment that we work in, all our team members are just awesome. They're just awesome.